guys, Monster here bringing over Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so we got a little bit of a news update this morning. Not the data download as we were potentially expecting. However, with the news that we have seen now releasing in-game, this does now follow the usual sort of schedule where the data download should be tomorrow, as teasers for stuff in-game usually appear 2 days before. There is a big possibility that we get the data download early tomorrow morning and then find out that the banner's released very shortly afterwards, because they did announce on the live stream that the celebration begins on the 28th of August PST. Now they always specify PST because obviously for Japan time is quite far ahead of PST. Like, I'm 8 hours ahead in the UK and Japan is then a good 8 to 10 hours ahead of here. So for Japan, it will absolutely be the 29th already when the Transcendent Dokkan campaign starts. Usually for me here in the UK, banners are at like 5 or 6 AM. So of course that makes it like 10 PM the day before for the US, and therefore is advertised as the 28th. So still not 100% sure at this time exactly when the banner will be dropping. Obviously there is the normal banner time that we often expect, which, like I say, is around 5 to 6 AM for me. However, recently there have been a few changes when they do special banners like the EX banner for Gohan, Goten and Trunks, or obviously this is like the new revamp of like a big celebration. It's kind of like one of the mid to level after the two big, like the anniversary and the GDC. So there is a possibility that the banner would be at a different time, but we will know that for sure when the data download happens tomorrow. So there was just this post to say that the retweet campaign was successful and we get a couple of stones from that, but also the rewards from the live stream yesterday for the various different challenges that they did are in. So thankfully someone, like the top reply is just someone posting a screenshot. So yeah, the 30 stones from the live stream, 3 stones from the repost thing, as well as the Kai, and I think there's a couple of other items and stuff like that as well. So that's all in now. And then we got a couple of things for the actual in-game news. So the first one is the new Dokkan event coming for the Golden Freiza and Gogeta, because obviously as a reversible exchange, as we've already seen with the reversible exchange characters that we've gotten so far, they are uniquely named, so they do have their own Dokkan Fest event. So obviously you're going to need, what, in total for LRs it's like 70 medals from their new stage, because usually it's 35 of their new medals to get them to TUR, and then 35 of their new medals plus medals from other things to get them to being an LR. So this one is going to be, when we see the data download, we'll know for sure. But if you're one of those people that went through and you did all of those Dokkan Fest medal missions that were available during the GDC, where you could go back and just replay all of those old Dokkan events and get a ton of medals, then you actually probably don't need to worry about this at all. Because let's say that for the final step of the LR Awakening, you need medals from like the physical LR Gogeta from the 9th year maybe, Golden Freiza, I guess it'd have to be like an old Dokkan Fest Golden Freiza, because it wouldn't be the Angel Freiza. So, but yeah, there's a couple of different options. Old Freiza medals, any old Gogeta medals will be a possibility to be in the mix to awaken the new unit to LR. But like I said, if you went back and you'd done all of those missions during the GDC, then you're going to have a ton of these spare anyway, right? Because you got the 7 stones, 7 medals for actually beating the stage, and then doing all the missions gave like 28, I think. So 35 medals for basically every Dokkan event if you went back and did those. So now any future LRs that are coming out, if they randomly need like 35 Tech Golden Freiza medals, for example, you'll have those if you did all of those missions. So in the end I couldn't go through, I didn't bother to go through and do all of them, but I tried to do a bunch of ones that I thought might be useful for upcoming characters, like characters that we'd only just got. Like I didn't do like the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or actually any of the Super Saiyan 4s, I don't think. But I went through and did a few. I'm pretty sure I did the Tech Golden Freiza, so be interesting to see if his are included. But again, that is something that when we get the data download tomorrow, we will find out exactly what medals. So I will do a video once the data download hits, breaking it down as always, and that will include the exact time of the banner and the medals that you need in order to awaken these guys. So Then we had the information on upcoming content. I've said it multiple times before, and I'll just say it again now because why not? But I really like that they do this now. Like, just having it all in one place in the news with like the information on upcoming content heading, I think is just very good. So it's all there in one place. But this is all just stuff that we kind of know from the live stream. So the Ultimate Red Zone Pure Saiyan edition will soon be available. I'm assuming that they're going to follow the same like strategy that they do with the red zones and the blue zones with these celebrations, where not every single stage is going to be available straight away. So we'll end up getting like maybe 2 or 3 of these stages to start with, and then by the end of the celebration, and then obviously we'll have the final stage, which, judging by the image, could potentially be Dragon Ball Super Broly, which will be interesting, because if the last fight of this event ends up being the new hardest fight in the game, then it'll be the second time that Dragon Ball Super Broly was the hardest fight in the game. Shout out to the Year 7 Red Zone. Imagine he has an AoE again. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see that and check that out. Obviously, we'll do videos on those and all the missions. New Ultimate Clash, so Battlefield reset. Battlefield is what it is. I like the fact they've gone with the new format. Although, I suppose now that we're outside of the GDC stuff, we'll see for sure if they're keeping that short and new format. I think they did with the next reset one anyway, right? So it makes it a little bit shorter, quicker, easier to do. Bunch of free stones. Although actually this does say up to 112 characters, so have they gone back to the... They have gone back to the old one, right? Because you need like... Is it 8 characters to build a team for that? Yeah, which is like 14. So yeah, they've gone back to the old one, it seems, from the description of here. So I guess it is what it is. I mean, there wasn't anything necessarily wrong with the old version of the way Battlefield was done, but I quite liked the special shorter version, but hey ho. Okay, and then we have the new Seriously Serious stage being added. Obviously this is the event that usually drops tickets for the new banner that's out. So obviously there's normally just a mission that's literally just beat the stage, and then obviously there are other missions for things like using certain categories and stuff like that, but usually the tickets just come from the very easy mission of beating the stage just with any team you want, which this event has never really been super hard. Whatever the category is for that mission can be more difficult depending on what the boss is like, but if you just want your free tickets, you can obviously go in and beat it with whatever is your strongest team. There's no mention of the new stage being added to the Intensifying Fights stage, so I'm assuming that that's maybe dropping a little bit later on in the celebration, because I assume all of this stuff that's in this like setting or in this heading for this news thing should all be dropping straight away, which of course makes sense for the Seriously Serious stage, because the banner is dropping at the start, this event will drop, and then obviously you'll be able to get the tickets. Also, because the banner is dropping, or the game is all the stuff, the celebration is all dropping on what is technically the 29th for me, 28th for you guys. We will then of course be moving into Dokkan Day, like the next day, right, with the 30th. So hopefully there'll be more tickets available for this banner as well, so that's going to be pretty good. And then lastly, they mention of course the new mission for Festival of Battles. I memed on it yesterday. You guys know I don't like the event, but I'm not going to complain about it constantly. There's a new mission for it, to use a unit of one of each of 3 typings. I think one of the main easy setups for the team to beat the event kind of uses all of those typings of units anyway, so this won't be a super difficult mission for anyone who has beaten the stage already. You'll very likely be able to just use the previous team that you used. Obviously we've had some additions of like Vegeta and Trunks and a couple of other characters that are good for this event as well, so it should be fairly straightforward. The only thing that like bugs me, and I've seen other people mention it as well, we kind of said this when the event first came out, is like the main rewards, like the big chunk of stones and stuff like that, was you only had to beat like half of the phases, but obviously the mission for this is to beat the whole thing with the units of each typing, which means that's 2.5 hours spent on the run to get it done, and the reward is going to be what, a title and like 5 stones, 10 stones, which, you know, we'll take it, whatever it is, I guess. But for the mode that requires such a crazy investment of time, especially because imagine you're someone doing this run and you get like 2.5 hours in with your team to beat the mission, and then for whatever reason, bad RNG, bad orbs on the field, whatever it is, then you lose at the notorious Daima, Goku and Glorio stage, because that's the main one, right? That's where people lose. Usually once you get to Gogeta and Vegito, even though they're the hardest of the bosses, it's normally fairly easy, because at that point that's when you start busting out like the Tech Vegito active skills and stuff like that. But the Glorio and Goku is the real like barrier, because there's 2 of them and they have so much HP. Imagine getting to them after 2 hours and 20 minutes or so, and then you fail, all for a mission that gives you like 5 stones. So we'll have to see what the rewards are. I mean, it is what it is. I complain about it because I don't like the event, but it's still good that they're always updating and doing missions for things. And, you know, I'll still do it. I'll probably have to do it like off camera, because even when I stream, I normally only stream for 2 hours, which is not enough time to actually beat. It's crazy to think about, like doing a normal 2-hour Dokkan stream is not enough to actually do 1 run of Festival of Battles. It's kind of crazy when you think about it like that. But anyway, either way, we'll get it done, and maybe I'll just post a thing like showing the team and starting the event, and then just cut to like near the end, I guess, if I do it for a video. But should be fairly straightforward. Obviously we'll have some more information in the data download for all of this stuff when it drops, which, like I say, should be tomorrow, early tomorrow morning, so it should be less than 24 hours from now. We'll get the data download that will give us the exact time of all of this stuff coming out, give us the medals that we need if you want to pre-farm the extra ones for Gogeta and Frieza if you don't have them already, thanks to those GDC missions. And of course I will go through all of that and break it down in a video tomorrow as well. So let me know what you are most looking forward to from this celebration. Decent amount of stuff to start us off. The Tanabata is usually like a good little compact celebration. It's not super long, but there's usually a good amount of stuff in it. Last year we got a good few sub Easy A's as well, so I'm hoping that they do a few of them, but we'll have to wait and see. So let me know all your thoughts on the Transcendent Dokkan campaign and everything we know so far down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.